This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
I'm Katie Rammel with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. Our coronavirus numbers here in our state remain worryingly high. Today we hit another grim milestone of 11,000 deaths, and it only took 6 days for the state to report 1,000 of those. This time last week, the death toll was under 10,000. Another 9,000 new cases were reported today, so that brings the overall case count to nearly 660,000. ABC 15 data expert Garrett Archer explains the new trend we're starting to see.
9,146 COVID-19 cases were reported by the Arizona Department of Health Services today. We also had 185 deaths reported. Now, the state has just passed the 11,000 mark in deaths, only passing that 10,000 mark on January 9th. However, we might be seeing a slowdown in cases and hospitalizations right now. Currently, our case-by-case 7-day averages are starting to decline. We are at about an 11% decline in the number of cases we're reporting on a 7-day average. And we are also seeing a decline in hospitalizations that corresponds with this decline that we're seeing in cases. Now, it's too early to call the decline in hospitalizations a trend, as it's only been about 2 days. However, it is something to look forward to and observe as time goes on to see if this actually does develop into a trend.
Governor Ducey making it clear this week, though, vaccinations are his plan to get Arizona out of this crisis. But that plan now facing two pretty big obstacles. The Washington Post reporting the Trump administration can't flood states with their reserve of coronavirus vaccines because there is no reserve. Dr. Kara Christ, Arizona's public health director, says she's disappointed, but says it won't impact Arizona's rollout.
That is our limitation, is that we are not getting as much vaccine as we would like to see in Arizona. We have made federal requests to get additional vaccine so that we can continue to vaccinate. But it's one of those things that we're working with our federal partners to ensure that we can keep our current vaccination sites and add those additional sites as planned.
Secondly, counties are pushing back against the state's guidance lowering the age requirement from 75 to 65 for Phase 1B. Maricopa and Pinal County both saying they can't start offering the vaccine to 65-year-olds because they need to save what they have left for current phases and second doses. Well, despite all these issues, vaccinations are still happening, and it is still important to get your shot if you're eligible. You can register anytime using the website podvaccine.azdhs.gov, or if you prefer, to call 1-844-542-8201 or simply call 211. And if you do call, please keep in mind you may need to be on the phone for quite a bit of time. There are a lot of people who want to get vaccinated. Jacob Chansley, also known as the QAnon shaman, will be held in custody until his trial. Chansley appeared by video conference. He sat motionless and expressionless through most of his detention hearing in Phoenix today. Chansley is facing 2 felonies and 4 misdemeanors in the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6th during the official electoral vote count. Federal prosecutors said Chansley posed on the U.S. Senate chamber's dais and scrawled a threatening note saying, "It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming." Chansley's attorney tried to get him released on GPS monitoring, but the judge ordered the 33-year-old held in jail without bond. She described Chansley's behavior as active participation in a violent insurrection.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Amber Sellens, tracking a beautiful weekend here in the Valley. It's going to be a warm one, too, with highs in the 70s both Saturday and Sunday. But great weekend to get outdoors. Air quality, UV index, and the pollen count all moderate here in the Valley for the next couple of days. There's a look at the rest of the state. Lots of 70s and 80s across central and southern Arizona, and 50s up along the Mogollon Rim this weekend with high pressure in control. But we're about to shake things up. Take a look at Futurecast. We have a series of low pressure systems we're going to be tracking over the next 7 days, and it's the third and final one that could bring rain and snow to our state on Tuesday, and that's going to head offshore for a little bit before coming right over our state toward the end of next week. So it's going to give us a pretty prolonged period of rain chances here in the Valley that'll start on Tuesday and continue through the end of next week.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download our free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.